I'm a Forex trader, but I'm gonna become a futures funded trader within the next month. Now you can also become one, as me and Apex are partnering up, offering you free challenges. So all you gotta do is like, subscribe, and comment this video. A random winner will be selected within a week of this video being live. With all of that out of the way, how the hell am I gonna become a futures trader? I don't even know what a tick is, but you guys do know my history on the Forex space and how my professionalism will get me through this.
Check this, man. We out here, bruh. What up?
Now, as I always say, you can't just jump into something without preparation. If you're trying out a different strategy, you need to backtest it. If you want to have a new concept, you need to backtest. It's all a matter of gathering data and actually doing what works, because we're coming into live markets, so we don't just want to be gambling. We actually want to make sure we're actually profitable in something, and that something can actually bring us money. So this all started because I posted a futures backtesting video on YouTube, and the result was quite nice. We were backtesting NQ and we reached a decent amount of profit. I did a story on Instagram and I said, which one is better, futures or Forex? Everyone keeps telling me futures is better, so we're about to test it out, you know. I've been noticing some things that's different on futures, and I've been backtesting my strategy on it. As you know, I trade liquidity. Liquidity is pretty logical, it works in all domains. There's some slight differences that I've been noticing from EU compared to NQ. After making that YouTube video and getting all the people to say I have to join futures, I actually started to backtest it a lot on my own, and I even record some of the backtesting for my students in the mentorship. And I'm gonna show you now some of the results I was getting.
But can still be a stop loss, can still be a stop loss, okay. Can still be though, okay. And yeah.
3P is pussy and power, the most important one is the paper. You got that and you got all three. If you don't get that, I'ma explain later. I hit man in the back of his head, man wanted a fade, I give him a taper. My girlfriend left me, I feel like Pep, cause I cannot replace her. Move mum to a spot that's safer, that's vital. When me and her walk in church, they act like I'm David from the Bible. Man, let that go on arrival. Like man just landed. If you heard I'm doing an X,
Now, as you can see by that video, I'm using an Excel spreadsheet which I provide to my students, which is to know what concepts you should be using and what not, in order to really refine the strategy and go look for the best results, right? So I'm noticing some slightly changes on NQ, that sometimes price doesn't do a smart money trap, an extra smart money trap like it would on EU as soon as we sweep the liquidity. Normally price just sweeps it and goes. So I'm noticing that. I'm backtesting and I'm trying out different managements. I'm also noticing that I'm way better with a different trade management. So in U, I trade my stop loss to break even as soon as we break some structure or we're at least 1 hour up. In NQ, I'm noticing that I'm way more performant if I don't do no trade management. So if I get in on a trade, then the outcome will be either a -1 hour or a 3 hour. And not only one account, boys, you got two.
Okay, boys, looks like we're gonna have the first trade of the challenge. All right, we're in on a sell limit right here. All right, now this is risky because I'm seeing this structure right here, which price is most likely gonna go to. I was waiting for it, but at the same time, I've been backtesting a lot, and I saw that we just broke this, all right, this structure from the past Thursday. And as we did so, you can kind of see how we sweep it, we go a bit lower, do a lower time frame trap. This should be out in 1 minute or so, and then sweep it again, kind of like a double sweep. And then we do one break of structure, two breaks of structure. Okay, price keeps going down, keeps respecting the structure, as you can see right here. I just noticed right now that I could have lowered my stop loss maybe to here, because I have been doing so. In Forex, I usually put it at the highest point, but it is whatever. I've risked like $400, which is 0.8%, just because of the whole unit contract things, where you can't go specifically towards what you want to risk. It was either risking less or going over risk. And I don't want to do that, especially because I know how this trade might not play out just because of the whole structure. But on the lower side, we have a trend line, we have Asia session, most importantly, we have equal low right here.
Okay, boys, whilst that trade plays out, like I've said, I've been backtesting a lot. All right, I have an Excel spreadsheet with all the confluences for each trade. I've been taking everything I see just to have a confidence set for each trade, just to have as much data as possible. All right. And tomorrow I'll check the refinements, check what's more profitable, and add it all to the strategy. Even though I already have an idea on what's the strategy supposed to be, on how the trade management is supposed to be, if I should wait for smart money traps or not. But I don't want to say any mistakes, so I'll save it up for tomorrow with the clear data on what I should take. But just know the data is overall 100 plus rate. Year of data as well, and it should be good. The trade is looking like this. I'll let you know the trade management and confluence tomorrow. But one thing that I already know is that I should be looking for a 1 to 3 with no stop loss management. I'm just gonna go ahead and train, hit the pool later, and let this trade play out. We might have been scammed. And scammed by my own ignorance, unfortunately. Like, I woke up, I have my trade that's running on London close, looking good as you can see. Then I check my account and it's looking like this, with no trade. And if you didn't know, like I didn't, you can't hold trades overnight in futures. And that's a big fucking problem to the challenge, bro. Because if I show you my backtesting spreadsheet, look at how many of these are in London close. But it's still not the end of the world, okay? We still know how to trade. And some of those that are in London close, they get tagged out before market closes. So I have to still have a look at the data, focus more on the New York trades, and also see some of the London close ones that are not overnight. But I do have some wins that are overnight, bro, such as this one. It's unfortunate, but it's something that we're gonna get through.
Okay, so let's get serious. This is the part where I know some of you will skip and then wonder why you're still unprofitable. So what have I done is I collected the data from the backtesting, okay? I was not just backtesting for nothing. I was collecting the data, and I've put the data together to make sure I have the best strategy possible. So what have we found out? The management, right? I'm gonna put it just like this, will be a 3R with no break even, okay? So we're figuring out different stuff from Forex. In Forex, I go for a 3R, but I trail my stop loss to break even. So in this case, we're not gonna trail stop loss. We're not gonna do any trend management. It's either a stop loss or a TP. I found out that 5R, it's way more performant than a 3R with no break even, both at no break even. But the 5R would give me a better performance, but you have to understand that looking for 5R, I would have a smaller win rate. The thing here is that because we're trading futures, we have a trailing stop loss that's consistently following us. So it's better to have a more consistent winning rate, and we're doing the rotation method. So I want to prioritize more wins than just getting an overall better performance. Right? Because if we were trading one account, then it's better to have a better performance. But if we're trading multiple accounts, then I would like to have more wins. And another point I would give is for the consistency rule. So as soon as we get funded, we have a consistency rule. And if we're looking for 5R, that means we have to make the same performance that we do in a day, okay, times 3 per se. I've talked about SMTs, whether we see price doing them or not. And I took everything. I was taking trades where I thought the price would trap them, and trades where price had already did the smart money trap. So what I found out is that actually the SMT, okay, contains 70% of the wins that I did on the backtesting. And by doing SMT, all right, we save ourselves from 60% of the losses. The SMTs is actually better to look for, because if I pull out the performance of trades that I didn't wait for a smart money trap, I have 21R of winners and I have 25R of losers, okay? So you can see how if I was a normal SMC trader, I would be unprofitable in this case. It's just slightly unprofitable, but we're gonna go back to this soon. Just keep in mind that for trades where I waited for a smart money trap to be executed, the profit amount is double than the no SMT waiting. For sessions, London I have a few trades, very few to even make a sample out of it, but it was profitable, and it was about 5 trades, 3 wins, 2 losses, which will total about 7 hours. But yeah, not much to say. I can trade it, but it's very rare. Okay, we're talking about 5 trades over 6 months of time. The only thing I would do for London is wait imperatively for SMT. Okay, because the 2 losses were 2 trades where I didn't wait for SMT. The most relevant ones, New York and London close. For New York, there was about 30%, 33% of the overall profits that was generated from New York session. And from London close, it's more than half the trades. So you see what I mean when I said we have a big problem of having a lot of trades during London close, because the market will shut down on us. The thing is that we might have London close trades which tag us out for super fast before market closes, and we might be set, but I have to look at that further because I didn't collect that data. Overall performance, I'm 2 times better in London close than I am in New York. Technically, London close is still a part of New York. It's just that it is the local afternoon of New York session. One thing that I found funny is that I can get more wins from not waiting for a smart money trap on New York, but in London close, I have to wait for a smart money trap, which is kind of interesting because all my strategy on Forex is completely the opposite. Because on London close, the market shutting down, so you don't need to wait for a smart money trap. Whereas in here, maybe for some reason where we have the manipulation and the market opens, it doesn't do a smart money trap and it just runs the opposite way. So maybe that's about it. And then we can go over some interesting factors as well. That I'm more performant in Monday and Tuesday, which in Forex is also the complete opposite because I'm always getting the most amount of my setups in Thursday and Friday. I'm better at buying, right? That might be due to the trend of the pair, but I even do the calculation with the amount of trades, all right? Because you can't just base, I'm better at buying when you don't have enough trades on shorts, right? So you gotta think about that. It's not just what you're better at, the performance overall. You gotta think in comparing in a equivalent amount of trades, right? So if you have 50 buys, but then you're basing off which one is better with 50 buys and like 10 shorts, then you would need to go over percentages in that case. One thing that's kind of bothering me is that maybe I was too specific and we have about 3 trades per week and around 10 per month. And we're going to go over stop order because most times price just runs away. And obviously I'm better at external trades, which means it's after price sweeps external liquidity. If you're inside of the range or 2 liquidities, you're trading internally. And if you wait for one of those to get swept, then you're trading external. What I was saying about this and the fact that we have no smart money trap trades is that in futures we have to pass this challenge within a month, because there's not necessarily a clock, but there is a monthly fee, and I don't want to be paying that monthly fee, especially because it's a challenge and I don't really care about it. So what we're going to aim for is to pass the challenge within 2 weeks or maximum a month. Because the trade frequency is quite low, I'll maybe have to allow some risky setups to come in, which will be internal in a sense, because I do have some wins on that as well, and the smart money traps. Okay, not waiting for smart money traps, trading like SMC sometimes, because even though the result is quite negative, we're doing the rotation method, so we're saving ourselves some drawdown there, and we're getting some of the wins. I'm possibly seeing a trade right here with a second sweep to it, but because it's London close and we only got a few hours until market closes and the price is quite slow, I don't know if we'll get it. We almost fucking got it, but it didn't sweep the high, so it wasn't valid. But yeah, good one. So I just sent on the free Discord tab on the futures one this analysis right here for market open
to go up, break this trend line, and come to this efficiency. This guy asked me, expecting price to break that trend line, and I said, yeah. And what we do, we open up, we see something lower to give it fuel to go up. And not only to flex the prediction, but this guy literally took the trade, right? He got himself $1,000 for it. You can see the position right here. It's the same guy that got the dub for the analysis on InQ. And this to tell you that you don't necessarily need to listen to me or any other guy, but just take action for yourself, because nobody will make it besides you. We're in a position, boys, to sub the trend line, made efficiency, came to some order block. We even did a slight trap on M1, going lower to then go higher. And now I sold it at this breaker structure. The problem is though, I was setting this trade, but I don't know why I don't got no stop loss and no TP and no way to edit the trade. Oh my god, that is looking bad. I got no stop loss, I gotta do everything manually. But long and close trade, but it's FOMC, so I'm not worried about no volatility. Alright boys, right now we outside. Position is looking good in profit, but the issue is we have no stop loss, we have no TP, and apparently on my TradingView I don't have the account settings to even close it, so I will deal with it. Back to the crib, and it's looking nice, But we got an up. This motherfucker's in the opposite direction.
Oh my god. Let's see.
Let's see who's gonna win.
Let's see.
Maybe we're both gonna lose.
That's possible, bro.
Like I mentioned, we got FOMC in a couple hours, in about 2 hours. Right now we're gonna work out, but you're not gonna see that, right? Fortunately.
This workout going, boy!
Motherfucker. But yeah, I'm not trying to be greedy aiming for a challenge pass, because that wouldn't be too realistic for y'all and me as a beginner in futures. But this trade might do it though. This trade might do it because we're kind of over risked. Yeah, I was supposed to risk 1%, but I couldn't even put stop loss, and I'm actually like risking 1.5 at that stage. So like, if I get this 3, that's 4.5%, or even, I don't even know, because I can't see you how much is it, but like, yeah, it should be like 4.5 or 5%, you know. And the structure, it can continue to go down. I will not be that greedy. If it goes to 3, I'll close at 3. Oh my god, boys! Oh my god! Wait. Just tell me you got a TP hit, boy. You got a TP hit. We don't know. I went for 2.5 because it's a little. This is what? Wait, it's a little bit over 3%, but we're 2.5. I'm a cozy bitch, you know what I'm saying? We good. We good. Check that balance, boy. I'm saying, motherfucker. I've been training, but yo, y'all cannot mess with me. But now I'm gonna stop flexing. But like, when Monday, called out a position that's probably has its CP now. I take out break even because market closed on us. Tuesday, almost had a position. It didn't make a second sweep, so we missed out on an opportunity. That was also a TP. Wednesday. Right now, before this one, I was waiting for another sweep to the downside. I'm explaining to you why later. And we had the longs for that trend line. Would have been a TP. Right now, we had this one, TP. And I'm fucking you. I started futures this week, man. That's why I say, put some motherfucking respect, bro. I don't want to be flexing I'm the best in the world, but hey, fucking get it, boy. Let's fucking get it. This is what I like, man. Right now, we go to enjoy ourselves in the pool. And I'll see you on the breakdown.
Okay, boys, you can see the position right here with the arrows on the trading view. Nice little predicted wick. As you can see, we could even target the 3 and we wouldn't be tagged out because we do no trailing stop loss like I had mentioned before. So that's why we do backtesting, and we're already killing it. Came to this liquidity, so right now we might do whatever, but we still have this equal lows right here that we might target. And I want to do this whole week, but I think it had already been good with 3 trading days and the whole explanation behind my strategy. And the challenge is quite nice, and I don't want to do like a 1 episode series, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so we got 1 account That's 1.6k up, which is a bit over 3%. And another account that's fresh, clean, ready to be traded. Okay? So it's looking very nice. It's all a matter of continuing to do this, continuing to follow our plan, do the rotation method, and the next trade might be a loser on the second account, but then the third trade might be another winner on the first account, and we might get the challenge passed. You know, that's the beauty of the rotation method. I hope you guys liking this series. Leave a like if you do, and we're gonna continue this until we get funded, and maybe even if we get a payout. So let's see how quick we can get ourselves funded. Keep in mind though, my first ever trade was here. Like, never traded NQ before. First time trading futures, and yeah, we're getting it. So leave a like, subscribe, join the trading Discord to maybe get some free NQ analysis. They might be given, but they're not like, don't fully trust them, you know. Take them with a pinch of salt, as always, as everything. Even with EU and GU, which I'm a pro at, you know, some would say. But those are paid. But if you want some NQ analysis, you know, and if you're a futures trader, come and join us. Follow me on IG as well. And let's get it, boys. It's only up from here.